How's it going, guys? Sitting behind me here is my 2008 GT500, and as you can see, I got these boring lights. They're non-sequential. Sorry it's dirty. I live on a gravel driveway, but today we're gonna be fixing this and giving it some sequential taillights and showing you how to do it.
I don't want nothing but payback now.
What you're going to need to be able to do this is these guys right here, which I will leave a link for down in the description. These are going to be the new taillight harness. These guys are from Raxxon, I think. Raxxon? I don't know. But these are the ones I could find, so I'll put these in the description. These ones should work from 2005 to 2009, I believe. These are the ones I'm going to link. If you have a different year of S197, you can look up the one for you. I'm sure if you click this, you can choose like the size on Amazon to be able to fit your specific car. And the only other thing you're going to need is just a toolkit or some sockets to be able to remove your taillights. The only other thing that you will need eventually, you don't need it to do it, but you need it if you don't want your blinkers to be too fast, is an upgraded relay for your blinkers, because basically it's going to be like, hey, it's going to think that there's a blinker out, and it's going to do that like tick, 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 like faster blinker than instead of the tick, 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 you know? So I'm going to find one of those, install that as well. Not in this video, but eventually. Okay, so you're going to take this piece, this plastic panel in here, tilt that back. This top one here is a 10. You got to kind of wedge it on. You're going to have to put, if you don't have a long socket, you're going to have to take this, put the socket on first, and then put the ratchet in it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't think I'll be able to hold the camera to show you. There's another one back in here. As you can see, on the bottom down there's one, and there's also one up around over there, as you can see. So you're gonna go ahead and get those out. For some reason, mine were finger tight, which is definitely not concerning at all. So you get those three screw or nuts off. You're gonna go ahead and unplug that right there. Not from the back of the headlight, but the little connector to the harness itself. That is disconnected like so. You're just going to grab from the top and the bottom and just slowly wiggle this back and forth until you get it out, and make sure not to pull too hard because you'll rip the harness, because that has to feed through the center. Once you get the head or tail light out, this is going to be connected in there. You're just going to put your fingers on it and pull backwards like that, and just feed the rest of the harness through like so. Tail light up. I'm going to do this one at a time and show you both of them to show you the difference. But this guy is fully out, so I'm going to take it inside and show you what to do with the lights themselves. This tail light's back in here. Unfortunately, I found a little crack, which sucks. It's also dirty, but I'm not going to worry about that because it's exterior and I need to wash the whole car anyways. So now that I have the head or tail light, I keep saying headlight, out, you're going to want to start with these guys, which you just twist down and out. I think some of them you might twist up like so. Twist and pull, and make sure you don't break your bulbs, because the kit does not come with a new one unless you are putting new ones in. And also, this specific kit only works with the OEM taillight bulbs, not aftermarket LEDs. So if you have LEDs, this isn't going to work. So now that I have those out, I think, okay, there's one more. It's the little running marker, or reverse light, actually. I'm going to twist that out. It's really in there. Hold on. I'm going to get that out and explain what happened. I was really, and I mean really, in there. So I actually had to go get a pair of pliers to grab it, but it twists and pulls out just the same as all the rest. These new guys here, the harness should be the exact same, so it does not matter which one you use for which side. Just, you know, put them in the right holes. But like I will show you later, they are numbered. So starting with these guys, you're going to remove all of the bulbs. They should just wiggle back and forth and come out like so. Remember not to squeeze too hard on the actual bulb, because, you know, I don't think you want broken glass in your fingers. it is also becoming apparent that some of these guys have been replaced by different brands. So they're just gonna pull out like that. And then same with this little guy here. So now that you have all your bulbs out, it should not matter which one they were in. Here, I can show you this. Sylvania. The numbers are the exact same. See, there's the numbers for that guy. There's the number for that guy. And there's the number for that guy. But this is a different brand. So I believe this one was replaced. Don't know why, but obviously I'm not the first owner of this car, so makes sense. And yeah, but you can see all of the numbers are the exact same, so it does not matter which one you put them in. Okay, so the bulbs are actually pretty tough to get into these new connectors by just pushing. So what I've been doing, because I don't want to push on top of the bulb, so I really don't want broken glass in my fingers, I take a pair of pliers, put it on the bottom, like so, and put it on a corner, and just ta-da, and they go right in. And then just do it to the other side to make sure it's seated all the way down on both sides, and it's in. I just really didn't want broken glass on my fingers, so that's the only reason I did this. Yours might just pop in, I don't know. Like I said, some of these bulbs have been in there for a long time, so they probably got caked up. Obviously you can't do that with the reverse light, so this guy actually kind of looks burnt. Might have to be replacing this in. So this, just push, seats, perfect, good. So now that all these guys are installed, you can see they're numbered 1, 2, 3. You're gonna put those in orders of the slots you want them to flash. It does not matter which ones you put them in theoretically, but the whole reason you're doing this is so it goes bump, 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 bump. So you're gonna start over here with 1, which is obviously the one in the center, because you want them to go towards the outside of your car. If you do it backwards, they'll go inside your car. You can do that, I guess, if you want to, but I don't know why. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then put the reverse light back in. So I had to use the pliers to get this guy back in. Again, it might just be my tail light. And you can see I got 1, 2, and 3 all back in. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in my car and show you what to do from there. So obviously you're gonna wanna start feeding that in and click that in place, and then you're going to set this up, put them right back in the same holes that they came out of. Once that's there, you're gonna give it a little push, but that's fine because the bolts on the back will seat it properly. And then this guy in here, you're gonna want to pull a little bit, so that way it's like that. So all the water sealing and everything's there. And then it's just going to plug back in to the factory harness, like that. It's all clipped in. And then you're going to put your nuts back on those little bolts. You get all the bolts tightened back down. Make sure to hold this in while you're doing it when you're tightening them, so that way you can actually get it like all the way in and seated. I'm gonna see if it works like this. Oh, I guess it's not even gonna flash right now. Okay. As you can see there, sequential on this side that we just did, non-sequential on the other. I think it looks pretty sick. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then show you when they're both done.